What's up, delightful humans? I'm Shannon Townsend.
And I'm Richard Townsend of the Married Marks Podcast.
And you are listening to Scheduled for One Fall.
I am Patrick alongside Val Capone. You're listening to Scheduled for One Fall Wrestling Podcast and all that great shit. Val, how are you doing tonight?
I am super stoked. Lots of awesomeness in wrestling that has happened in the last week or so, especially today. And a lot to look forward to in the near future.
Yes.
And, I'm moving from the coach house to the front building. So I 52 flights of stairs yesterday.
But it looks nice, though. Like, the new shindig looks very, very nice.
I'm excited. Nice. I'm excited. I did half a Sears Tower yesterday, and then I did a little less than half a Sears Tower today. So feeling good.
That is good. Great. Like I guess it's been like a great week. You climbed stairs. I lost about 12 pounds. So like everything is good. Like everything is great.
I'm going to Disney on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, look, I'm telling you, you are like the Disney like guru or something. Like you're always there, and it seems like it's like a very cool place. One day I will go to Disney World. I wanted to wait to like win like a championship first to go, but those days are over. So
maybe you'll win the Scheduled for One Fall championship.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to talk to someone, see if I can get a belt made so I can go full neck beard at these wrestling shows.
And then you could come to Warrior and walk past Jordan Grace, and she'll make you defend your belt.
Oh my god! I will get
Big
killed.
Mama Pump coming for your belt.
I will get killed instantly. She is so
so
talented. Yeah. Like I've been watching her videos on Twitter, her doing the 1-arm push-ups. Like if I did that, like my whole elbow would probably shatter or some shit. So
I'll tell you what, I've been like mildly in love with Chuck D since I was a young teenage woman. And one of the sexiest things I ever seen in my life was at a Public Enemy show at like House of Blues, maybe like 10, 12, 15 years ago, something. So it wasn't during their heyday. It was kind of like after they were taking over the world and all.
Yeah.
And they legit were giving out their CDs to every single person. There was maybe 300 people max in this place. And he just drops down on the stage, 1-arm push-ups. And I'll tell you what, I've never seen anything better in my life.
I'm surprised Chuck D could still do a fucking 1-arm push-up. Well, that was 15 years ago, but still, like, right now, I would look at that and be like, holy shit, I definitely got to get in the gym because he's doing 1-arm push-ups. But
yeah, that's like Jordan Grace is, what do people say? Hashtag goals. Yeah. But legit, she is just so awesome. And she's such a good lady to boot. Like, she's real, real nice. Really fun to work with. I'm excited about seeing her, I believe, Warrior
4? Yeah.
Yeah, because she's well, we'll talk about that shortly. But yeah, she's on the next Warrior show. So I'm looking forward to working with her again. She's awesome. But yeah, so that's my week. Cheap airfare to Disney means hell yeah, get out of this weather. Patrick, are you sick? Is that how you lost 12 pounds?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I thought it was because I was just sitting in my house playing video games all day. I think that was how I was losing the weight. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to go to a doctor or something. I don't know. But
I've never heard of a video game weight loss plan, but I'm into it. Sign me up.
Yeah. So we had a busy week with WWE, well not WWE, I'm tripping, AEW. So much crazy shit has happened in the past 2-3 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And it looks like Double or Nothing, the card is shaping up. It looks like it's going to be a great show. There's only one thing I don't like about it, but other than that, what I don't like about it?
Well, I mean, I think that the thing I don't like about it is that it's the same weekend as a huge holiday weekend at Wrigley, so I can't be there.
Yeah.
But what is one thing you don't like about
it? I might get some, I don't want to see Omega versus Jericho again.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I already hear people, I mean, there's already a meme about it, like with Omega at the, what is the thing called? Yeah, the press conference. Thank you. Words are hard. I'm sorry. And he was standing at the podium, and there's like a meme that says like getting paid way less to jobbing to Chris Jericho for way less than he made in Japan or something like that. And I was just like, ooh, People are
Yeah,
harsh already. It's only been a couple hours.
yeah, that's the only thing. But maybe I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure they'll put on a great match. But I mean, I already saw it. Like we already seen the best from Winnipeg. Like we seen it. So
Yeah.
that's about it. But I mean, the rest of the card looks great. Who do we have on the show?
Well, for Double or Nothing, pretty excited that they're doing a lot of emphasis on tag team wrestling, which
Mm-hmm.
is super rad, I think. And one of my favorite things, which I think we all knew this was happening because they showed up at a show recently. The Young Bucks
Mm-hmm.
showed up in the ring to kind of poke the bear of the Lucha Brothers. So Pentagon Jr., Cero Miedo,
Mm-hmm.
and Ray Phoenix are official AEW, that's really, really exciting, I think.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked for that. And then, of course, you said Alpha versus Omega, so there's that. Which which do you think will be the main event? I kind of hope the Young Bucks Lucha, but I feel like the Omega Chris Jericho.
It's definitely going to be Omega and Jericho. You know, why not? I figure they'll put on a good show. I think
Yeah.
they have to go crazy. Like this is like a big show. Like they have.
Yeah.
To go crazy, so.
I mean, I'm stoked for Pac, Neville, Aaron Neville. How about, no, I'm just kidding. The Neville brothers against Hangman Page. Like, that's going to be sick. And they're already trying to generate some heat.
Yeah.
You know, Hangman Page getting interrupted by Pac calling in. And apparently nobody at the pool party could see the video. So they just heard his, like, ominous voice around the room. So, which I mean, that's got to be a trip, man.
Yeah.
Like, all around poolside, you can't see him, but you hear Pac's voice everywhere, and you're like, oh no. Yeah. So, who else do we got on the card that you know about?
Let's see. We have SCU and I forgot this. All right, I don't. Okay, it was a Japanese guy. Okay, because I was watching the the press conference while taking a shit. And
Nice.
I see that they're it's always nice doing that. And I guess it's gonna be a 6-man tag. SCU taking on I don't know, Sigma. I don't know who that is. That might be a guy with OWE. He's gonna bring 2 of his guys to come and join the show. Now, so that should be cool too. They teased Kylie Ray and what's her name? Nyla Rose, I believe.
Yeah.
So they've been teasing. I forgot to put that in the doc. That's why I was like squinting my eyes, like, I don't see her. Oh shit. Yeah. So they and that's cool for Kylie Ray to get be a part of AEW.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited for her. I mean, she just won the Freelance Championship. She answered Isaiah Velasquez's open challenge.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the best main events that we've ever had in Freelance in 5 years. It was amazing. Like the entire room was on the edge of their seat and like passing out in their chairs because it was so good. I mean, it was just so emotionally draining. It was beautiful. So she won the Freelance title, and then boom, less than a week later, signing up with AEW. What the fuck? That is so amazing.
So wonderful. And now it makes me wonder what GPA got this whole The Truth thing about. You know, he's a hater though. I don't like GPA.
GP hate.
Yeah. So pretty much was announced so far. But we have of course Cody, Chucky T, and Trent Beretta. They showed up in their Scott Hall outfits.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, you know who else is on the roster now that I'm super excited for and was just also on Freelance show on Friday, which I think this is a great tie-in with our guest for next week, because next week we are going to have a special Valentine's gift for all of y'all. But Sonny Kiss also signed to AEW.
Amazing.
And yeah, Sonny Kiss, such a talent. Oh my gosh, so good in the ring. I know that a lot of people are familiar with Sonny because of the Lucha Underground, but just don't know enough how much Kiss kicks ass in the ring. Like athletic, charismatic, just brilliant on promo. Like everything, full
Yeah,
package. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And
he, yeah.
Sunny Kiss took on Eye Candy Elliott, so we are going to be having Eye Candy Elliott on next week, but we'll talk about that more later.
Yes, 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 yes. And yeah, like I'm very happy that Sunny Kiss is getting a great opportunity with a new promotion and stuff like that. And I know he gets a bad rap because people don't like, people that don't watch wrestling, like they just look at that and they just think something completely different, but he's really a good wrestler, and like he's pretty much the total package. So I'm happy
Absolutely.
I'm happy that AEW picked them up and stuff like that, and give them, give them a chance to perform on a worldwide stage.
Yeah, and like flip the script. Not everybody's got to be this exact cookie cutter type of
Right.
a wrestler. Like that's one of the reasons why I love Sunny so much. Like such a fantastic performer and athletic as all get out. I mean, like just the entrance doing the splits across the turnbuckle. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
so strong.
Not even I about to say not even a lot of women can do that. So
Yeah, I know. I was about to be like hashtag goals part 2.
holy shit. Yeah. So like it's great for him to be a part of AEW. Then also a part of AEW. One of my favorite pickups that they've got so far, Jimmy
Wait,
Havoc.
can I guess? Oh, you
Oh
said Jimmy
yeah,
Havoc. Damn,
yeah, I just said it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
damn it. I thought you were gonna say Sammy Guevara.
Well, him too. Like I'm very
Yeah,
excited about him, but I was such a fan of Jimmy Havoc watching Progress. Shout out to
absolutely.
Shaggy, who was supposed to be on the show, but I don't know what happened. He probably fell asleep or took a shit or whatever. But
Yeah.
um
Maybe he's like still in the virtual waiting room to get his code to
yeah,
buy
I know.
tickets for February 13th.
Yeah. So yeah, Jimmy Havoc it's going to be interesting to see what he does, because I saw like his babyface run in Progress, and then when he completely turned evil, like it's so
Yeah.
crazy. Like if you ever seen it, it's amazing. Like whenever you get a chance, people watching, or well, not watching but listening, go to YouTube and search the history of Jimmy Havoc. You can see him like start out as kind of like that annoying, like I'm trying to think, like who was he like? He was kind of like I was gonna say Eugene. No, but he wasn't like Eugene,
Oh no.
but he was like Colin Delaney that used to be on ECW. That was kind of like a jobber or whatever. But like he was like the underdog, and he was doing everything to try to win, and he would never win and never win. And then one day he just like snapped and went
Yeah.
completely crazy. And
He just went batshit. Paper cuts for days.
yeah, so he's like one of my biggest like I'm looking forward to seeing him, and then also Sammy Guevara. Oh my god. Seeing him at Warrior Wrestling 2. Um he was amazing in that main event with the Lucha Brothers and Rich Swann and Rey Mysterio and Austin Aries and Brian Cage and whoever else was. It was like a whole bunch of people in that match. But
Oh yeah, the war of attrition to
yeah,
determine the first warrior champion. Yeah, that was
right.
awesome.
Yeah, so yes, I'm
Props to
excited about
him.
him too. Yeah, holy shit.
I'm excited for the ladies division. I mean, Brandy said that there was going to be, she's like, we're going to have a solid women's division. And, I think she's right. Cause like the other talents that we already know that Britt Baker, who will be actually taking on Kylie Ray at the next
Mm-hmm.
Warrior show. So that's like AEW represent. Um, and then Yuka Sakakazi,
Mm-hmm.
she's a crazy little badass.
I seen pictures of her. She looks crazy.
Yeah,
I
she's
definitely
awesome.
wouldn't. I
She's
definitely wouldn't want to get in the ring with her. But,
no, I mean I do, but just not no. I would die. Speaking of somebody that would kill me, Aja Kong. Hello.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they book her against Jimmy Havoc.
Oh my God, yes.
Fuck it,
Or
just
I
go
just
ahead.
want. I kind of also want to see her bitch slap Sammy Guevara.
Oh yeah, that would be nice too. Not that we condone people bitch slapping people.
No, 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 no. But you know what I mean, just like shredding. But Sammy could hold his own for sure.
Yeah,
B Priestley also signed to AEW, so it's kind of cool, like watching all these strong, badass, brilliant, beautiful women popping up. I mean, Kong is 48 years old.
yeah, yeah. That's gonna be. I mean, well, Jericho's 48 too. Fuck it,
Yeah,
man.
no,
Like
but I just think
no
it's
limit.
so
Yeah,
cool. It's so cool. Yeah, exactly. No Limit Records. Na na na.
Yeah, like
But
I'm pretty sure NXT you're not signing 48-year-old people and having them at the performance center and shit. So like
you
this,
never know, Patrick. There's a
you
chance
never.
for us yet.
Yeah, I know I got to keep working. I think I'm gonna, you know what? I was thinking about it. If I do get into the wrestling career, I'm gonna go to Stokely Hathaway route. I'll do that. Like we need more black people like that. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna wrestle.
Absolutely.
Like I'm not gonna do that. I just get on Twitter and tell jokes. I'm trying to butter him up so I can try to get him on the show. We'll
I
see.
think I think you should I think you should totally be like an homage to him and just call yourself instead of like Stokely Hathaway, be like Stoked Halfway and just be like the tribute to Stokely Hathaway.
We like I said, it is Black History Month. We have to
Yeah.
big up our brothers, you
Yeah.
know.
Let's make
But
some more history for you.
yeah, so like I said, Double or Nothing. It seems to be shaping out well. The tickets, uh, for Double or Nothing at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas go on sale on the 13th. But you can sign up for pre-sale right now and at axs.com. But what I'm hearing, they already got 13,000 pre-sale tickets.
Yeah, that's
So,
fucking cool.
guess I won't be going to All In too, or was not, it's not All In too. Is it All In too, or is it just Double or Nothing? I think it's just
Nah, it's just double or nothing.
yeah.
But then they're also going to be doing their next pay-per-view, although no confirmed dates. I've been hearing end of summer to kind of like bookend. So I
Hmm.
wonder how that's going to play out against SummerSlam, but that's supposedly going to be in Jacksonville.
And that is a trip, and that's why, man. Oh, I'm so pissed Shaggy wasn't on the show this week because we were talking. Me and Shaggy was talking about that. Like, yo, like let's go to that show because I'm trying to figure out like, oh, we got this, we got WrestleMania, we got all this shit. I need to go to something. And he's like, yo, like come to Jacksonville, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
okay, let's do that. So
I
yeah,
mean, it's as long as the Cubs are away, I guarantee that I will be there. But if the Cubs are home, I mean, there's not much I can do. Unfortunately, I
I
got to pay the
mean,
bills so I can pay for my wrestling
yeah, it's
habit.
true. I'm about to say it'll be great. What if they were taking on? Oh, there isn't a Jacksonville team. I was going to say I forgot that's Tampa Bay, but like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
but
my
yeah,
God, if the Cubs were playing the Rays that same weekend, that'd be like, here you go, Val Capone. Here's a gift from the wrestling and baseball gods for all the shows you've had to miss because of work, and
yeah.
all the work you've had to miss because of shows.
So there it is. Once again, get your tickets for all what Double or Nothing. I keep calling it All In. Double or
That's
Nothing too. And I guess we can now move over to halftime heat.
yeah. Oh my God, so good.
Take it away, Val, because I know you just watched it with a fresh pair of eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it was just infinite insanity for like what, 25 solid minutes, almost 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I legit just watched it for the first time, and I mean just even little subtle things like to the triple pose off where, Ricochet does his flip and he lands in a stance and Alistair does his thing and he's doing his pose and then Dream does his thing through the rope and he goes down in like a 3-point stance. Like we're in the quarterback outfit. I mean, I was just like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And
Yeah.
I really loved the energy. I know that everybody wanted to see it in an empty room again and that kind of thing, but I really loved that first off, they filmed it at the Performance Center. That's
Mm-hmm.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because we don't really get to see in general. I mean, if you watch some of the YouTube clips and you do your research, yeah, you could see inside the Performance Center. But
Yeah.
to see such a high caliber match, oh my gosh, I thought it was so great. And everybody in the audience is either people at the Performance Center that are NXT hopefuls, people
Mm-hmm.
that are on the NXT roster that you might not get to see a lot, and all their friends and family. So like it was just rad to see people just watching and cheering their faces off for speaking of face, the face team of Aleister Black,
Mm-hmm.
Velveteen Dream, and Ricochet. They took on Tommaso Ciampa, excuse me, Johnny Gargano, and Adam Cole Bay. And it was just sick. Like
Yeah.
those six dudes can go. And I mean, each one just displaying the absolute perfection of why they are where they are and how they're basically going to be skyrocketed soon. But the team of the faces defeated the team of heels, and it was amazing. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to watch it again actually when we're done
Yeah.
recording
I
because
think
it was
I
so
am.
good.
I think too. Yeah, they definitely went 0 to 100 all
Ugh,
through the match, and even
yeah, it
the
was
spot.
like relentless. Every time I thought, okay, this has got to be it, it'd be like not even a count of 2.5. It was like a count of 2.75, barely. You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah, and I love the reactions. They were very genuine. The reactions that the crowd, the people, even the NXT hopefuls. Like I even seen like Shayna Baszler, like she was losing her
yeah,
shit. Like it was nice to see that. Like
absolutely. I mean, that's part of what I think made it so great is that people like you could see Casey Catanzaro in the
oh
audience
yeah,
cheering on Ricochet. You know what I mean? And it was just cool. And yeah, seeing Baszler like freak out over this match was kind of cool. Just as a reminder that wrestlers actually love wrestling.
yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy like that.
yeah.
And
It's
I'm
cool
wearing
to be a
Shayna's shirt
fan.
today, so
Yeah, it's
I'm
cool to
like,
be a fan once in a
yeah,
while.
it's okay to mark out, man. I
So
think
yeah,
that's one of the coolest things on the planet.
yeah. So we got that happening, and before we get to Raw, because I completely forgot, like I wanted to talk about just one thing with something that came out today with Mark Henry. He was on that guy Sam Roberts show. I didn't get to listen to all of it. I will get to it maybe tonight when I'm indulging in some sunset sherbet, Satan's. He pretty much said that he has a new role backstage with WWE, and now he's the enforcer. And pretty much he said he didn't mention any names, but he just said that there's a lot of bullshit going on backstage now currently, and like the wrestlers aren't picking up behind themselves, and
Oh,
a lot of people are very like late, and Vince McMahon hates that, and a lot of people are being disrespectful to other people's like spouses and shit like that. Um, he didn't go into specifics of who or what or whatever, but he pretty much said that shit is over with. Like that shit is done. He's coming back, and he's pretty much restoring order just backstage because what the younger talent on WWE, they're making the business look bad and whatever. But he said there is no like taker in the locker room. There's no Booker
yeah,
T. Like there's none of that. And Roman, he said Roman was like the guy to do that, but he's not there. So like everyone's been like just mad disrespectful. He's like Big Show's not there to like check people. So for now, starting next week, he's going to every taping and he's going to every pay-per-view to make sure that the younger talent is on their shit. And if not, he said he's going to pretty much bring to the attention to Vince so they can get fined. So I thought that was pretty cool, and yeah, you kind of have to have some type of order in the locker room or whatever. So he just said that it was getting out of hand. Like it's like it's at an all-time high right now because pretty much no one's there. Like even if Cena was there, he's like Cena's not really like he's on his tour bus. So he's not
right.
in the locker room, but he's like he's going to do that. He's going to join back. But I am going to listen to more of that because he also touched on the Bianca Belair comments with Sam Roberts. So I want to hear what he had to say because he was very vocal about it on Twitter. He thought that Sam Roberts should give her an apology for
Well, I heard something that another perspective is that it's kind of making her into this underdog superhero.
mm,
And I was like, huh, I wonder if that was the plan all along, or he was just being a dick and talking about how she doesn't deserve to be there. So, for those of you that are not sure what we're discussing, um, Bianca Belair, the EST of NXT, she was undefeated going into Takeover in Phoenix against my lady love, Shayna Baszler. And Shayna Baszler, even though she did get her abs cut by Belair's hair,
yeah,
uh,
it's crazy.
yeah, it was. But yeah, Shayna Baszler ended up retaining and still. And so on the pre-show, Sam Roberts just like kind of went off on a little tirade about how, come on, are you guys serious? This doesn't even deserve to be on the card. And not because of Shayna Baszler, but because Bianca Belair didn't deserve to be at a takeover. And so a lot of people have been like, what the hell are you talking about? Like she's a homegrown talent for NXT. Like she's performance center trained and made and ready, and she's got a huge following. I mean, how many neckbeards in the audience do her little dance? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Like my roommate Arrow and I like would joke about it, how we just love how they just do her little dance, you know?
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
she's a
start doing that. I'm gonna start turning in slow motion anytime I enter
yeah,
like
get
a
it.
room. So
Flip your hair and whip your hair, you
yeah.
know? But yeah, so I was reading something on I don't know, the wrestling internet about how Sam Roberts is like such a huge big marquee wrestling fan
Mm-hmm.
that he may have been saying all that just to get her over
Mm-hmm.
because he supposedly there's a theory, whether it's true or not, that he wants to get her over more with the fans because not enough emphasis is put on her. They try to force it with the undefeated, but Shayna Baszler is so dominating. He wanted to shed a bit of light on Bianca Belair because Shayna shines so bright. So I don't know. Interesting theories. Who knows? It could have just been some curly haired white dude bitching about shit he shouldn't be complaining about. Or it could have been him with a subtle support of Belair without looking like he's being a fangirl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but interesting way to go about it either way.
Yeah. So
Um, the other thing that was interesting, and you mentioned him briefly, Undertaker has removed all references to WWE from his Twitter bio and everything. And for the first time virtually in his career, he's accepting bookings. So, Patrick, that means that if you want to, find out how much it would cost, we can make The Undertaker come to Nice and do Malort with us.
it's gonna cost us about 75 grand.
Because of the Malort or
No,
because
no,
of
I
the
looked
Undertaker?
it up. I looked it up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, apparently it's gonna be 75 grand.
I feel like we could
No,
get
no,
that
no,
shit
no.
together.
It's 75 grand to I don't know if that's for wrestling because I don't think you'll wrestle, but I think
Oh, please, Lord, no. I will pay him 75 grand not to wrestle.
and I think it's 25 for just an appearance.
25,000?
Yeah,
Oh, dude, we can do that.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to
We,
look into it. We have to look.
we're going to have to start a Patreon.
Bring the Undertaker to. You know what? I would pay $75. Not $75. 75,000 if I can get Undertaker against Tony Deppen. I'll definitely do
Oh,
that.
yeah, let's
At
do that, dude.
Nice.
At Nice? Oh, yeah, we can move the pool table and set up a ring for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. Yeah, for sure. Shout out Tony Deppen, man. Still your
Yeah.
number one fan. Still your number one fan. Letting
You're
you
a
know.
dep head.
Yes, yeah. I gotta ask him like, does he have a name for like his fans? A Depp head. I don't know. We'll get something. We'll figure something out.
So
But
yeah, that's our news on the Undertaker.
yeah,
Um,
he's just he's a thought now, man. He like
I
booking
know.
info. Like it's nothing sacred anymore in the business.
I gotta
Simple.
say though, dude, like, okay, so me and Vinnie Mac, my work bestie, when
Yeah.
the Cubs were in contention to win the World Series, we were like, we both made a deal that if the Cubs won the World Series, we were gonna go to Royal Rumble and sit ringside. And so that's what we did because that's what they did. And we were like, fuck it. Bonuses from work. I got to work extra days, and the World Series was very nice to my bank account. And he works for the Cubs front office team, so he was very busy as well. So we went and had our like magical wrestling weekend. It was phenomenal. And Undertaker was in the Rumble, and it was just even there. I was like, no, why is this happening? And everyone around me was so happy to see him, and I was like, no, why? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a shadow of himself then, and then when he like took down his singlet straps to
Oh,
reveal that he was just a guy and not this legend, I mean,
yeah.
it was just hard. It was
You
hard.
know, I don't want to see. I don't want to see Taker wrestle no more. Like I'm over it. He doesn't have anything else to prove. Unless he's gonna put over Aleister Black at WrestleMania, I don't care. Like we need a new like scary like creature type guy. And I thought they were gonna do that with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 31, but we saw how that worked out. But
Uh,
yeah, like we need like another like supernatural like heel badass. I mean, Aleister Black is rising up from his grave during every entrance. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'd rather not see Undertaker ever in the ring again. Don't even show up for Raw to be like, you know what? What if they made Undertaker like the general manager?
Well, geez, no. I mean, because he's not a mic guy.
I know.
I mean, think about it. His mouthpiece carried an urn and went, ooh, you know what I mean? Like,
But it would just be funny to see Undertaker there in a suit with his like ponytail looking mad racist. Like I can see it. I can see it.
looking mad racist. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you know.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, do we even have a general manager of Raw, technically?
No, I don't think so. No.
Right. Is that why it's
No,
spun so out of
it's
control?
Vince, Stephanie, and Triple H and Shane. They're running both shows,
Yeah,
apparently.
full time. Well, okay, so that's why Stephanie started out this week's Raw by trying to introduce the man herself.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, Becky Lynch interrupted and came down into the ring. And basically, Stephanie was like, look, dude, you are the man. And if anybody wants to see you destroy Ronda Rousey, it's definitely me, because we all know that they have no love lost there between Stephanie and Ronda after the WrestleMania wampin that Ronda gave Stephanie. She said, but I can't allow you to compete if you will not see a doctor. You're wearing a knee brace. You got a pimp limp. Like, no, this isn't happening. And Becky said, no, I'm not going to the doctor. I refuse. And so Stephanie's reply was, if you do not agree to go to the doctor, you are suspended indefinitely. So Becky refused. Stephanie announced. Becky retaliated by kicking the shit out of Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, that was a nice little scene there.
Yeah, except for there was that one spot where they showed it in slow-mo, and I remember seeing it like in action where Stephanie's kicking to try to get away from Becky and just get her off of her. She kicked her right in the knee, and it looked like her knee got pushed backwards. So if she wasn't injured, she might be now.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, that was definitely a good opening for Raw. Good opening.
Yeah, Raw actually started out pretty hot. I thought that was cool. And I'm like, okay, so if they weren't already making plans to demolish the brand split, they're definitely doing that. Because, like, why is Becky on Raw, by the way? And has been multiple times.
Hey,
but anyway,
ratings.
So, yeah, ratings machine right there. Ratings man-sheen, I guess. And then you see Becky go in the back, and there was like this great stare down. You know, she's like kind of getting followed up by security and all the WWE officials. You know, that if you're not a super neckbeard mark, you won't know who any of the guys are. But if you are, then it's like a drinking game of who shows up when. Mm-hmm. And so Becky's in the back being all pissed off, you know, sullen and angry and ready to kill people. And then they kind of pan away from Becky. And in comes Ronda, who looks like she is going to rip Becky's fucking head off. And the entire crowd showers the scene with the most perfect round of boos you've ever heard. I thought it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was, I wonder what they're going to do with that. But we'll get to it. I'll let you finish. My bad. Just go ahead.
No, it's all good. No. So Ronda did a very verbose promo, of course. And I'm still kind of shocked that Heyman is supposedly grooming her with the promos, but yet he gives her so many multisyllabic words. It's like she keeps tripping over her own words, you know. But she basically said that Becky's playing a violin solo weekly and crying "woe is me," and then she just like said "ice and Advil, bitch," and walked away, and that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had to go out to the ring because she had a match up against Liv Morgan, who almost immediately tapped out. So then Ronda shit-talked the rest of the Riot Squad from the ring center and started specifically targeting Sarah Logan and said, what are you going to do? You going to skin me like one of your rabbits? That was so...
Yeah, I was wondering, like, what the fuck? Why did you say that?
But it was so weird. And it's not even because, like, I'm on a plant-based diet. It just made me feel so uncomfortable. Like, this is fucked up, dude. So then Sarah Logan gets in there, and they actually had a pretty nice little match for a minute there, but no, also Sarah Logan tapped out. And so with 2 of the 4 arms of the Riot Squad being rendered useless, Ruby Riot was about to jump in the ring, and instead she recoiled and went to the back. And we got to meet our favorite new interviewer. I'm so excited that we've moved on from Interview Bot 2000 to really mean Charlie Caruso, who just shit talks everybody on the mic.
Yeah.
I love this side of her. I think all of her interviews, now that they're just mean, are amazing.
Yeah, I'm definitely behind Charlie. She's definitely the best backstage interviewer that they have. So
Absolutely, I love her. And she basically called out Ruby, like, what the fuck, dude? Why didn't you go in and face Ronda if you're such a badass? And Ruby said, you know, Sarah and Liv needed me. I'll face her when the women's title's on the line. So it was pretty cool. I thought it was a really good way to open, even though Ronda's promos, part of me loved them because she was being real cutting, and I just love her, like, mean face. But again, way too verbose. Like, she's writing lyrics for like a super hip song that nobody's gonna understand except people that are way too cool to admit that they understand it. I don't know. It's just hard to hear her talk sometimes.
yeah.
I just want to watch her beat ass because she's really good at it. But then we had the #1 contender for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Pretty rad match. People are super, I think, into heavy machinery, mainly because of stakes and weights, but also because they're kind of cartoon characters that are badass. And I think that's what the WWE universe really needs right now. Instead of being, you know, spoon-fed crap like the B Team, which sucks. I used to really enjoy the B Team. Lucha House Party did their thing in the mix, and the Revival was also there. But it was kind of shocking. The Revival ended up winning. So they're the #1 contenders. Pretty interesting, since 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they like stomped out of the ring in their gear and asked for their release. So kind of interesting. All you got to do is throw a temper tantrum. Boom, #1 contender.
There you go. I mean, it worked. I'm glad it worked because those guys were definitely about to just be eating sandwiches and catering for the next year. So I'm glad it worked out.
So then we discovered that there is a women's tag team qualifier. And we get, you know, of course, I hate saying this out loud, Patrick.
What's that?
The Boston Hug Connection.
Uh-oh. Hey.
It still makes me so mad.
future tag champs right there.
You
already know it. It's already being planted.
Man, I just really want Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville win it because fuck the world.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or honestly, this new tag team that we met of the craziest bitches to ever wrestle, Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross.
Yes. And Alicia Fox is really fucking crazy, but putting her and Nikki Cross, like that's I would have never seen that coming.
Never, especially because Nikki Cross like popped up in the face team on her debut. But then she was like, nobody wanted to play. Only the Fox. The Fox wanted to play, you know, and it was cool. And so all of a sudden they're this tag team. And guess what happens during the intro? Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross just go bananas and beat the shit out of Sasha and Bailey.
Which is good. I'm glad that not just because Nikki Cross is there, but finally a black person getting some offense in on a Raw during Black History Month. Man, I'm ecstatic, especially Alicia Fox, because you know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope.
I mean, because she puts history in the WWE. She's been there through all the awful, and yet she still maintains. But yeah, so they had a pretty cracker of a match. I enjoyed it, but in the end, the future women's WWE Tag Team Champions qualified: Sasha Banks and Bailey, Boston Hug Connection. It just, I just hate everything about it. It's just dumb.
They're gonna win the belts. They're gonna win the belts. You know it. You might as well just get the new shirt ready. You know.
No, because that fucking nose on the smiling face is an ampersand, and I refuse.
Holy moly!
And you know I love me some bad merch, but that makes bad merch look good.
Yeah, that's true. And shout out to whoever's doing their shirts at WWE now. They're actually doing an okay job. They're actually not doing bad. Like I seen Bianca Belair's new shirt, and I'm like, damn, you know what?
Yeah,
I
kind of
really
looks.
want that. I kind of want that. You know.
Yeah, like her shirt looks dope. I think. I think it looks almost like an Egyptian queen bust, like from the side. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
she just looks. I think she looks dope as shit. But yeah, props to Joe and all the crew at the WWE merch. The the dude that runs all the merch for WWE is a really good dude and works really hard. And props to them for all the shit that they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
for
why I'm
sure.
wearing my Shayna Baszler shirt right now because it fucking rules.
Yes.
But
Yes. Yes.
yeah, so anyway, so back to Raw. Oh man, Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg. Ha ha ha. Did you see this segment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You
So
know.
let's just say this. The highlight of it was, and I usually don't like when Corey Graves just like berates people on commentary. I usually don't care for it because I think there's like being a heel and then there's just overkill just to get yourself over. But I
Mm-hmm.
thought him and Michael Cole kind of going, "Come on, Renee, sing along," was really funny. And it was cute when she like knew some of the words and it tied her in more than just going, "Oh, yeah," you know.
Mm-hmm.
But basically they did their thing. Road Dogg talked about doggy style, which that was weird and uncomfortable.
Yeah. I
Wore
want to hear a
a
49-year-old guy talk about that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, weird. I'm glad I'm not there around children. Come on,
You
dude.
know, my thing is, it really grinds my gears. Look, I get it. You bring Jeff Jarrett back, but there was really no reason to bring Road Dogg from the back. There was no reason
No.
from the what unless you're getting Elias over and Elias beating up a old ass Jeff Jarrett and an old ass Road Dogg does absolutely nothing. Does nothing. Does
Yeah.
nothing. So that's just my only gripe about it. But yeah, I saw that segment. Complete piss.
Yeah.
Piss.
Oh, speaking of complete piss, you can get yourself a big Cass action figure
Oh
on
yeah.
on shop.com for $7.19, by the way.
He is on my racist list, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to check. I've been updating it. I've been updating it a lot
No.
lately, so
You got to respond to that one cat that was like, "Why Vicky Guerrero?" Because I actually went and I looked for her tweet, but she deleted it.
yeah, it's gone now. Yeah, I'll probably hit that person back up and give them the thing. I'll
The
give them
lowdown.
the rundown. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Elias defeated JEFFJARRETT. Lame.
Hmm.
Um, I guess I'm just gonna blast for these next two. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, there was this one spot though that we do have to talk about because earlier on, Kurt Angle was trying to retire, is what it seemed like,
Yeah.
and he was out in the ring like giving his like, "There's only one opponent that can beat me, and that's Father Time." And I swear, I was at Tall Dad's house chilling with him, and we were watching it. He was making dinner, and he's like, "Quick, turn on the wrestling. Kurt Angle's about to retire," because we were watching, I don't know, Blackhawks or something like that. But he had Raw on in the kitchen while he was cooking. And so I flipped the channel and I go, "What's the only opponent? The only opponent that can beat you is time, Kurt." And then 2 seconds later he said it. I was like, "Oh geez, I watch a lot of wrestling."
Yeah. Shout out to Tall Dad too. He has
Yeah,
a
much love.
that table you showed me, that table with the greenery. Yeah, that's a good table. I like that table. So shout out to Tall Dad for that.
But yeah, so he tried to retire, didn't work out. Instead turned into this really weird four-way dance of like, this tag team match of Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre taking on Braun Strowman and Kurt Angle as the main event, which we'll get to momentarily. Finn Balor took on Leo Rush. Bobby Lashley got banned from ringside, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I was just dreaming that. Maybe I fell asleep during the match. I
Probably
don't
did.
know. It was the extraordinary man doing extraordinary things that seemed extraordinary. I don't know. It was just, and I really love Finn Balor so much, and I really love Leo Rush, but I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing with all right, I love Leo Rush now. Like if you haven't watched any of his IG live
Oh
things,
yeah.
he is hilarious. And I know he caught a little backlash because of apparently, and I was in that live, and I didn't think he did anything wrong. He was talking with a kid, and I guess he suffered from autism, and he was just joking around with him, back and forth. But Leo Rush came out and said, "Look, I talk with this kid all the time, like via DMs and stuff. Like I know him, like we're good. I wouldn't just get on IG and just make fun of somebody. So I hope Leo Rush keeps doing his thing on IG. It's really like funny as shit because what he'll do is he'll tell someone to join him live, and he'll just pick a random person and he'll just like shoot the shit with them, but just kind of like still be a heel as well. So it's pretty
Yeah,
dope. But
it's pretty entertaining. I could be having a super shitty day, and I'll fall on that Instagram story, and I'm just like, this is hilarious. And he
mm,
goes live quite a bit. So
yeah,
so
and
if you're not following him, give him a follow for sure.
yeah, him and his wife they have a reality show also
Oh, I
on
didn't know that.
IG. Yeah,
Oh, on the IGTV.
the couple of the hour. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
that's what
interesting.
that is. Okay, cool. Thank
Yeah,
you. I gotta watch that shit.
yeah. So yeah.
Um, but you know, there's a person who has a show. It is one of the worst things in WWE, which is surprising. Alexa Bliss, Moment of Bliss,
Yeah, that, yeah.
really, really bad. I thought that the This Is Your Life Bailey was like the worst that could have been, and maybe it still is, but she's so good on the mic, but just these talk show segments are just so oddly produced and painful to watch sometimes. Like EC3 comes out and he's pretty fucking good on the mic. If you've never heard him on the
Right.
mic, you're missing out because he's pretty good. But he comes out all oiled up in his little shorty shorts and his matching socks and wristbands and all this and that. And she's like interviewing him like they're on this weird Tinder date, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's about to start talking, um, Nia Jax comes out to interrupt and starts, her and Tamina are there, and Tamina's just in the background, of course. And there's a lot of banter, and every time he's about to try to talk, somebody else comes out, and it's Dean Ambrose. And Dean Ambrose was pretty funny, I gotta say. I don't know. Did you see this? I thought he was pretty funny.
Yes, he was funny. And he was funny. I get it. It just makes me wonder if this whole thing is a work. Is he just going out? Is he just putting everyone over as he go out and kind of like it's WWE kind of like trying to take whatever rocket or whatever momentum that he has and
Oh, with him saying he's over the hokey shit.
yeah, yeah, like it's just I don't know, like it's and my thing, the biggest thing that I take away from this, there was a stat. I can't find the stat, but I kind of remember it a little bit. EC3 stat. It's been 8 weeks since they called him up. He's had two matches. One was on main event or some shit.
Yeah, the first one
And
was his very
yeah,
first one was.
yeah. Didn't say not one word, and he beat Dean Ambrose in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So it's like, okay, what are you guys doing with EC3? Because I've seen like he's a great talker. Why not let him talk? Why not let him get his shit off? Unless they're gonna. But see, this is the thing. Like, all right, if you're building up for a match or whatever between Dean Ambrose and EC3, I don't think anybody wants to see that. They want to see either. I think people want to see Dean versus Triple H because they kind of plan it like to see. Or hell, I'll even take Dean versus Nia Jax.
I was gonna say I want to see Dean versus Nia Jax because he was like, "Stay. I know you can't handle my raw sexual magnetism or whatever he said," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And
Hey,
then Renee goes, "Huh."
well, I mean, he is the titty master. So,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
whoa, wait, whoa, whoa.
hey, that's what they called him. That's
Hey,
I'm just relaying what his nickname used to be.
Johnny Moxley, the titty master.
Yes, yes. So, so,
Oh man, what
so yeah,
happens in Ohio?
yeah. Oh, well, I don't want to know, but yeah. So yeah. And what was the last match of Raw? Because I think this is around the time I actually took a
Oh
piss.
yeah, EC3 defeated Dean Ambrose, BT Dubs. It was Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. Yep.
They ended up beating Braun Strowman and Kurt Angle by DQ
See,
because Strowman went bananas.
look, I've said this on Twitter before. Look, Braun doesn't want to wrestle no more. I feel like if WWE was going to put the title on him, they would have done it. They've had him win the greatest Sand Rumble, and they've had him win all types of other shit. They just won't put the strap on him. I think he's just doing wrestling just long enough to do movies. Just fuck it, leave. Be an action star. Be a big country. Look, he would be perfect in those Fast and Furious movies or fucking Expendables. Like, just
Yeah.
do that. Like, get him. That's done with that. And then another thing I brought up is that Baron Corbin doesn't suck. I know people was giving him a bad rap, but he's actually gotten way better in the ring. So, and I hope that he goes through. Like, I think it came out that he approached management like he wants to get a head tattoo. So I hope he gets it and shit. He's been contemplating that. I don't know if
Who,
he's
Baron Corbin?
yeah. I wonder if he's gonna go the Bam Bam route.
Oh damn,
But yeah, he definitely wants a head tattoo.
that's
So
awesome.
we'll see what happens. But yeah, so Raw was pretty much okay. It was all right. It was a lot of pissing, but it was all right. It started out great, but see, that's the thing. I believe the shows always start off great, and the only thing that I really miss about Raws is that we don't have those cliffhangers we used to have. Back in those days, back in the good old days, the golden days, I guess, whatever. Like, you have to tune in and watch and see what happens next week. We don't have that no more. Like, none of that. So, like, I'm not really excited to see next week Raw. Like, I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch is gonna show up again. Maybe she's gonna show up with a fucking orange and green Ireland monster truck and fucking roll over Triple H in them limo. But I'm not excited about it. But all right, so I guess we go to SmackDown. I'm just gonna blow
Well,
through this shit.
can I ask you? Can I ask you
Sure.
something?
Yeah.
Wasn't there somebody that was majorly missing on Monday night from Raw?
Besides the big dog Roman Reigns,
Well,
the
I would say
champion.
his partner, Monday Night Rollins.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't there.
No, but you know where I saw him?
Where did you see him?
At a fucking metal show at the Aragon.
See, there you have it. The Royal Rumble winner is chilling in Chicago at the Aragon historical place. If you haven't
In,
ever been there, like, you should.
in all fairness, he was up in a box and not in the pit, and he's infamously known for always being in the pit at shows. So he's taking care of whatever injury, whether it's kayfabe or real or CrossFit related or wrestling related. He was just like up in the balcony, drinking water, chilling out. He was like directly across from me because I was on the other side in the balconies. Because Tall Dad won't let me go on the floor, even though I'm 40 years old. He's like, nope, not allowed on the floor. You're sitting in the VIP area.
Yeah.
So he took care of Arrow and I. We went to go see Thrice and the Fever 333. I want to say was the opener. We unfortunately missed them. And Bring Me the Horizon. And they're like apparently all Seth Rollins' favorite bands because he was rocking out the entire time and singing along every word. And I was like, oh, wrestlers are just like us.
Well, I'm glad CrossFit Jesus had a moment to enjoy himself instead of, wrestling on a shitty Monday night, so that was
Well, I mean, it was Tuesday, so he wouldn't have been wrestling anyway. But, I mentioned it to one of my buds. I was like, yo, dude, Seth Rollins is here. And then the funniest thing was this girl that was sitting next to me in the bougie seats. She was really rad, and we were like rocking out and stuff. And then I saw her shirt, and I was like, hey, nice shirt. She had a Monday Night Rollins shirt on. Yeah.
See? Yep. It just goes to show how everything comes in full circle. Full circle. So
Yeah. So, and on the upside, he's not ruining himself further on the house show circuit. So props to Rollins for resting while enjoying some live music. So yeah, let's go through SmackDown right quick.
Yeah, SmackDown. Okay, there was a dark match that happened before SmackDown, and that was Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker, because they now dropped their last names.
Oh,
They're
that
the,
means you
they're the
made
next.
it.
Yeah, they're the next victims of the one name killing. So now it's just Otis and Tucker. They defeated Sanity, who's been on Twitter basically complaining. Well, not complaining, just like, yo, why aren't we on TV? Like, what the hell is going on? So they were not on TV again. They were just in a dark match, so they lost. Then we kicked off SmackDown with a segment with Triple H and Becky Lynch. Of course, Triple H
And
really
Shar.
yes, Charlotte was there too. I cannot, forget her. But I think the main focus was like, man, for a second there, you really wanted to see Becky Lynch against Triple H, and I'm so glad that we had the Royal Rumble happen with Nia Jax. A lot of people don't understand that could kind of shift things for WWE.
Absolutely.
So for a moment there, we could have got that we got that historical pose down between those two, and her smacking him and then smiling at Triple H. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, and Charlotte was out there. Now we go to I mean, come on, Charlotte really,
Charlotte that doesn't concern you, and told her to leave, and then she scampered away like a sad puppy that just got their nose rubbed in the newspaper that they peed on.
Yeah, like, so yeah, Charlotte was out there for a little bit, just long enough to hear her music play. Then we had Nakamura and Rusev. Oh, excuse me, Nakamura and Rusev defeating Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Pray for those two. Pray for the Biz Cliz.
Man.
Yeah. Great match after that. Randy Orton defeating Mustafa Ali. Obviously, we've seen Ali's eye on Twitter.
Yeah, I was like, Clandy Orton, right handy Orton. Yes. Jesus fuck.
Yeah. RKKKO. That's what happened, I don't know. Yeah, then we had Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville defeating Naomi and Carmella and the Iconics. I guess that's they're now in the whatever elimination chamber thingy. Like okay. And then Jeff Hardy defeated the new Daniel Bryan via disqualification. I gotta say that's all that. Nothing pretty much crazy happened, nothing like that. So yeah. And I'm looking on this, like, was AJ even on the show? Like, even in like a backstage like thing, or?
Yeah, he did like a little backstage thing, but I mean, honestly, this week's SmackDown was only kind of meh, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I don't understand why Carmella and Naomi are a tag team just because they're both former SmackDown Women's Champions. The outfit that Naomi was wearing was, God, it was like a Barbie come to life, like what you imagine like neon workout Barbie would wear. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Be that for Halloween, I think. I just want to be Naomi for Halloween.
Hey,
like, the outfits are amazing.
Feel the fucking glow. That is it. Yeah.
The Fabulous Glow apparently is your tag team, but Fabulous Glow will not be happening at Elimination Chamber.
I'm glad that. Yeah, okay. Well, we move over to 205 Live, and I'll run through this real quickly. I see that you have like the bullet points and shit on here, because for some reason I didn't watch 205 Live this week. I was.
Who are you?
I am tripping. That's what I am. I am tripping because I normally watch 205 Live, but it's been such a busy week for me. I've been trying to sneak in wrestling here and there and stuff, and yeah. So it looks like Brian Kendrick, he defeated Mike Kanellis, of course. Yeah, that's what happens when you ask for your release.
Yeah, Maria got on commentary again, and it was really uncomfortable and awkward.
Yeah, so of course he beats him with the sliced bread number 2. I wonder what was the sliced bread number 1 fucking Paul London's move or some shit?
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? But yeah, he got that. Then we got an Instagram promo from the younger Davari. He was complaining about how Tommy Blewett, and he's talking about respect and all that shit. And if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. So great.
So he did. So he quit.
Yeah. So pretty much, Barry. Well, not Barry, but I get it. Because they were kind of like together. Like they literally just formed like a team.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of odd. I mean, that they're trying to bury him on the way out, because every single wrestler retweeted a story or a photo, and he was very much respected, but unfortunately not by the WWE universe. Like he just tweeted 2 words, "Thank you," and everyone was like, "No, thank you, thank you."
Yeah.
There are these stories as to why, and I mean, it was really kind of cool to see every single wrestler, even wrestlers you wouldn't think of, posting stories about him and like videos and Snapchats, and it was cool.
Yeah,
So
that is very dope. Yeah, so
much
then
love to Hideo Kenta.
Kenta, fuck Hideo Itami is dead.
Yeah,
So
Kenta will rise and destroy everyone, and I can't wait.
Yeah, so then we get a promo from, I guess, all the 4 guys in the main event about how they're going to win their match or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Then we get a recap of the parking lot beatdown from Noam Dar. See, I'm getting better with the pronouncing.
Yeah, you didn't call him Nomar?
Nomar. Yeah, Noam Dar, that got Tony Nese suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Drake Maverick, who's still a thing on 205 Live, tells Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher that his decision is final and he won't allow them in the corner against Humberto Carrillo.
Carrillo.
See, look, I'm getting there.
Humberto Carrillo.
I'm getting there.
He's a favorite in this house. My roommate Arrow Swift.
Arrow, shout out to Arrow.
Yeah, she always swoons whenever he's on the telly.
Yeah,
and even the dogs will sit on the couch and just stare at him. He's just so handsome and such a good wrestler.
Yes. And next time I see Arrow, I have a pen with her name on it. Special pen. So there we go.
That's
yeah.
Awesome.
So we get Tozawa, Cedric Alexander, Humberto, and Leo Rush for the number 1 contendership for the Cruiserweight Championship at Elimination Chamber. I'm assuming pre-show.
Yeah.
Cedric Alexander eliminated Leo Rush. Unfortunate.
It's probably going to be in the parking lot at the pre-show.
Yeah.
Arrow Swift just messaged me and said, "Talking about my baby man."
Oh, see that? Yep. See?
That's Korea.
Yeah. So speaking of him, he got eliminated by Tozawa from Senton, and then Tozawa wins by eliminating Cedric Alexander by pinfall, and then Buddy Murphy once again appears on the Tron to congratulate Tozawa, and I think Buddy Murphy defended his belt. Let me see, twice since he won it. So, all right, so that's good, and that was 205 Live. So,
yeah, it was pretty good actually. I liked it.
I'm gonna have to listen to it. I'm gonna have to, I got some free time on my hands, so I can check it out tonight. So, what the hell happened over at NXT UK?
Oh, it was good as always. Can I just say that? I feel like it's one of the shows that a lot of people don't watch because of the weird time, but it's always really, really good. So if you're not watching it, you should start watching it because it's amazing. So we're going to start out with a nice little match between Ligero and Mark Andrews. And incidentally, the majority of this, I believe, was filmed in Phoenix. So at the Access. So if you're wondering, like, do I go to WrestleMania? Should I get that Access money going? Like, should I be paying for this to go sit there and meet people and da-da-da-da? You might want to, because there's a lot of really good matches that get filmed, and so you'll be privy to seeing those live.
Yeah.
So yeah, Andrew's big hit, Ligero big hit, even though Arrow hates the way that his name is said because it should be Ligero, but that's okay. The UK, maybe not the best at pronouncing Latino names, but that's cool. Yeah, so Zia Brookside rather, and Candy Floss had like the battle of the Technicolor beautiful hairs. Candy Floss, of course, means cotton candy in the UK. She's looking pretty good, I feel like. Up and coming talent, but Zia Brookside is born and raised wrestling. Her father is the legendary Robbie Brookside, who also helps train people at the Performance Center, and basically Brookside hit the Brooksy Bomb on her, which is essentially her father's finisher. iconoclasm. So she ended up with the win. And Brookside is really a sweetheart. She wrestled at Freelance last year, and she's just wonderful. Young talent, 20 years old. Oh my God, she's amazing. So she went to go help Candy Floss up to her feet, and guess who came to destroy the world? The one and only Rhea Ripley, and just beat the shit out of both of them.
Oh.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then so she like took Brookside and had her in the reverse cloverleaf, and then just started like spinning her around like she was gonna throw her into, I don't know, California. And then Tony Storm ended up coming out and try to come in for the save. But still, Rhea Ripley with these like brutal headbutts, she just destroyed Tony Storm and left her like twitching in the ring. It was awesome. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen between those two, but obviously that story is not done yet. But I see a lot of good things happening for Brookside and also for Candy Floss as an up and comer. Jordan Devlin, he did a bit of a selfie video where he basically shit-talked Noam Dar for being a jagoff and how he was going to defeat Noam Dar when they met up in Phoenix. Then we see Gallus, the faction, coming out, and Joseph Connors took on the Wild Boar, Mike Hitchman. I don't know how to feel about this guy. He's like a jobber that looks like he's like trying to do Legion of Doom cosplay, but really poorly. Like, he bought his Halloween costume in 1983 at Zaire, and then, I mean, it's just like,
oh man,
and
I
he
haven't
just
heard that in so long.
sorry, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just, it was my least favorite match. How about that? Oh no, Gallus was out after that. I'm sorry. It was Joseph Connors that pinned Wild Boar. Yeah, that guy just can't get no love. And it was like barely over 5 minutes. It was a really short match. It was the one I was least entertained by. So then Gallus comes out, and Joe Coffey takes on Ashton Smith, who basically with a brutal discus lariat just destroyed Smith, which was kind of rough because, I mean, I don't know. I really think that Ashton Smith has like potential, but I feel like he might just end up being a jobber. Not sure. We'll see if he's a UK jobber or not. I mean, he had some stuff. He basically like went after the injured eye of Joe Coffey, but that discus lariat, man, is brutal. So then Wolfgang and his brother, Coffey's brother Mark, came out to celebrate with Joe on the ramp after his win, and then basically that meant that Mark was getting in the ring versus Walter, which is, Walter is amazing.
Beast. He is a beast. Like,
He's scary as fuck, but I want to like eat vegan food with him because he's a vegan.
see, I will watch I eat vegan food because I'd be too afraid to eat by him because if I like drop something or if I chew too loud, he'll probably slap the shit out of my chest and
I
just
think
make
he would
all my
sprinkle it with cyanide. Like,
yeah.
I'm just waiting for him to kill someone. I don't know. I mean, that handprint, holy shit! I still can't get that out of my head. When he
Yeah.
chopped the guy's chest and it legit embedded Walter's entire hand, wrist, forearm in the guy's chest. I mean, wolf. But yeah, so Walter ended up pinning Mark Coffey after hitting a really brutal power bomb. I mean, there's no way that you're coming back after that.
Yeah.
When Walter throws you to the ground, you stay down if you know what's good for you. But yeah, it was really good. NXT UK. I know it's on at a weird time, so people don't think. By weird, I mean in American because it is a live show on the network. So it usually runs about like 2 or 3 p.m. So maybe it's not traditionally the time for most people to be at home watching wrestling. But I, for one, love it because I work at night, so I get to watch wrestling during the day before I go to work. Or if I have the night off, I just turn it on because the network, it's on demand whenever I want. So get to know these UK wrestlers because they are talented as fuck. Ginny Couture is one of the up and coming female wrestlers. She cut a nice promo shit talking the backstage interviewer about how he needs to dress better because his face is so horrific. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check them out. Like, I saw a little bit of because I know they got the thing on the network right now when worlds collide.
Yeah.
So I've been checking out. You know, they got some guys over there. that's been killing it. So, and I know we didn't cover it this week because I think it's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so like it is what it is. But I'm definitely in tune with the UK wrestlers, and right now, Walter, that's all I'm all about right now. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
check it out at
Yeah,
some.
definitely. It's really good. I think that the way that you feel about 205 Live, I think that you'll also feel that way about NXT UK, especially since the crowd is very participatory. Like they
Mm,
really get into it and they love who they love and they hate who they hate. And you find out within about 35 seconds of the match who the crowd is behind. And it's kind of cool. I don't
mm,
know. I think it's exciting. As a sports fan and a fan of sports entertainment, I think it's pretty exciting. But NXT, the OG NXT, the black and gold, also was a phenomenal show, I thought.
mhm.
Did you watch that?
Yes, I did.
All right.
And you want me
Well,
to
let's
talk
talk.
about it? Talk about it?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get back to the. I just had my doc up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so NXT Takeover, we had Johnny coming out talking shit as always. Now that he's quote unquote the North American champion.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Johnny
and
Champion.
yeah, Dream comes out. He calls Tommaso Golem from Lord of the Ring, right? I think
Yeah.
that is right. Yeah,
He was,
yeah,
he was like Gollum and Goldie over here because, Tommaso Ciampa calls his belt Goldie. But when he called him Gollum, it was amazing
yeah,
because Ciampa looked like flabbergasted. He was like, what did you just call me?
yes. And he said he basically came out there and told him that he didn't want his NXT title. He wants Johnny's. So I guess that's going to happen at some point. I don't know when, and I don't know who's going to win that match. But
Question marks. So
yeah,
many question
I don't
marks.
know, man. I'm definitely can't
No
wait for that
spoilers.
match because I don't know who won. We had Jackson Riker, which I completely forgot was in NXT.
Well,
Defeated.
why? Is it because he's part of the Forgotten
Yeah,
Sons?
they're forgotten. Yeah. Holy shit, that was a good one, Val. Yeah.
Thank you.
So the one of the Forgotten Sons was Jackson Riker defeating Mansoor. I don't know who the hell that is.
Yeah, Mansoor is a newer talent in NXT. I want to say he's from the Middle East.
Okay. Then I'm rooting
Yeah.
for him. That's all I needed to
Oh
know.
yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
but he lost, followed a sit out choke slam power bomb thingamajigger that we probably won't see on NXT TV for a while because Jackson Riker don't get any matches. But anyway,
Right.
205 Live, Drew Gulak was on there, NXT, and defeated a newcomer, Eric Bogenhagen. That's
Bugenhagen.
Bogen. See, you would know that. Only thing I know about this guy is that he has a Megadeth tattoo on his chest. That's the
Well, okay. That makes me feel better because I don't think I was like staring at his Megadeth tattoo because the noise that he makes, remember how like visceral, full of hatred I would get when Carmella would get screechy and how much I hate
yeah,
Vicky
yeah,
Guerrero's voice?
yeah.
I think it's like a dog whistle to me when it's like this fake nasal high register. Because I fucking love Iron Maiden. I love Slayer. Like, I love metal. Like, I go to so many metal shows, it's not even funny. But this guy, I wanted to like him because he looks like everything I love in wrestling. Like, larger than life, ridiculous personality. He's from Milwaukee. We all know I love Milwaukee. He's
Mm-hmm.
wearing like neon blue and green and yellow Zubaz fringe pants. Like, first off, Darren Corbin, not Baron Corbin, but Darren Corbin from Minnesota called and
Ginger
wants his
Snap.
pants back, bro.
Yes, Ginger Snap.
Ginger Snap, exactly. I love him, even though he's a bastard,
He's a good
but he's
guy.
wonderful still.
Kind of. Yeah.
Um, but I don't want to make the noise that Eric Bugenhagen was making, but it was like, I mean, I would rather have been stabbed in the ears than have to listen to him make this noise. And Mauro Ranallo kept trying to get it over, like, and Percy Watson started saying, "That's why he's a fan of Steve Tyler." I was like, "It's Steven Tyler, actually."
Well, you gotta give him a break, man. I'm pretty sure Percy Watson's never heard of
Not
any.
listening to Aerosmith anytime soon.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that happened. He got defeated by Drew Gulak via submission with the Gulak. which could be racist, but I don't know.
The Gulak is not. That's a play off his name, Gulak.
But I thought that was like a racist turn. No, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind.
That's terrible. Where's that sound clip? Where's that little kid saying, that's racist?
Okay, I will insert that right about now.
The Gulak is a play off his last name, Gulak, because he's a submission expert.
I don't know. It just sounds racist. Like, oh, shut up, you Gulak. Like, I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It sounds racist.
Oh, to quote Danielle, I miss you, Flamabonka. I miss your, oh, no.
Yes, holy moly, shit. So all right, so he won, and then we went and
it was cool though because he was trying to call out like, this is who you give me? I come here from 205, like, and this is who you give me, and then it was like, bro.
There we go. Now we get to the real match. Matt Riddle, who just basically beat the shit out of Drew Gulak and hit him with a submission of the Bro Mission.
See, Gulak and Bro Mission.
See, and Drew Gulak is actually a good wrestler. I want to get some more time. His brother's not bad either. So Bianca Belair and the Sky Pirates, Kylie Sane and Iro.
Whoa! What just happened?
Shirai,
Io Shirai and Kairi Sane or Kairi Sane.
See, that's why we don't do New Japan anymore. I'll be butchering it. They defeated two women I've never seen before.
How have you never seen these women?
I've never seen
So you saw me at Evolution freaking out like an asshole. The two women that caused me to freak out so much were Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
Oh, see? I learn something new all the time. See?
Yeah, those are two of the four horsewomen of the UFC.
Oh, now it makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Now it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So they fought and then I didn't even see the bottom of the notes.
And Babesler.
Yeah. And see Babesler was there too. And she caught a moonsault, a springboard moonsault after the match. Yeah. So I did like the little interaction between Kylie Sane and Bianca Belair where she grabbed her hair and was kind of like trying to swing it. And then Bianca Belair like snatched it from her, like, no, don't do that. But
like, first off, don't touch somebody's hair if you don't ask. But second off, Belair was like a little salty. She was not really excited to celebrate that victory because Shirai is who pinned Baszler, and obviously Belair would love to pin Baszler after the loss at TakeOver. So I thought that was like an interesting little like. The EST is the BRAT right there, but also like don't touch her hair. Like why would anybody touch somebody's hair? I don't know.
Yeah, like it's it was funny. It was funny, but so that finished up NXT, and that was it. We don't talk about Impact because they're kind of hard to watch because they're on some radio, not radio, but TV station that I don't get. And when they do broadcast on Twitch, you have to watch it like live as it's going. Like they don't have a on demand type thing.
I was so excited when they said that we're also going to be on Twitch, and I figured that it would be, live at 10 or 11 p.m. on Friday, whatever it is in the CST.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's no way to watch it later, which is the biggest bummer.
Yeah. So. But so I mean, I think we're done. Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
Well, I just want to do a little shout out to the Chicago scene update right here.
Let's do that. Yeah, what the fuck am I thinking? What?
It's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's cool. So tomorrow night, another installment of Freelance Underground returning to Church Street Brewery Company.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really good. It's called No Place to Hide, the Steel Cage Challenge. I'm so stoked for this. It is February the 8th, so tomorrow night, Friday, Church Street Brewery in Itasca. You're going to be like, where? But it's really not that far. Like, we went out to it. It was great. Tours are at 7:45. Bell time is 8:30. It's legit in a brewery. So you just kind of can't go wrong. But some of the matches that are going to be really good. There's going to be a cage match with a special guest referee. Tony Nas versus Roy Flash Gordon. They used to be a tag team, so this is a big time blood feud between the two of them. It's gonna be a sick ass match. Jake Garvin is taking on Craig Mitchell for the Freelance Underground Championship.
I like Craig.
Yeah. So we have Eddie Only versus Marcus Crane, so that's gonna be a sick match. Somebody's gonna end up bleeding, I feel like. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. The Hooligans, who have you ever seen the Hooligans, Patrick?
No, but I have seen the N words.
Okay. Yeah, the N-words are on Freelance, the last show, but the Hooligans, I just wanted to get your take on them because they look like they may not be cool, but they are cool as fuck. They're like two big dudes with gnarly long hair and big old beards that wear overalls, like no shirts and no shoes.
Hmm.
And you're kind of like,
I'm hip. I want to know more. I want to know
yeah,
more.
yeah, but they can wrestle like motherfuckers, and they love the Satan spinach. So
Oh
that's
man, okay. Say less. Say less. Yes.
That's fair. And they're taking on the current Freelance Underground tag champs, who I love this tag team personally. Acid Jazz, who is in the N words with excuse me, on Freelance with Bryce, B Rice, and A Jizzle, but Acid Jazz wrestles with Marche Rocket, All Day Marche. They are a phenomenal tag team, and they're the current Freelance Underground tag team champs. And then my homegirl, Lainey Luck, is taking on my other homegirl, Thunder Rosa. I'm so torn. I just don't know what to do. I just love the two of them so much. They're both so phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But GPA basically has this weird victory celebration plan because Kylie Ray is unavailable. He was supposed to wrestle her in a cage tomorrow night. Supposedly she's unavailable. So there's an open challenge. So I don't know who's going to face her. It could be Kylie Ray for all I know.
Yeah,
I mean, Vegas isn't that far and there's flights here all the time.
all the time. I mean, she's AEW now. She got big money, big bucks,
Yeah, but
big
I
bucks.
mean, I don't know that she's AEW exclusive or
Oh yeah,
because
that's
I
right.
mean, she's wrestling at Warrior. So
Yeah,
can she do this freelance gig? This freelance underground gig because she already had it booked. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if yeah, she can't make it because of the AEW commitment or if this is like an angle to make GPA think he's won to just rattle his cage because it's supposed to be in a steel cage, you know.
yeah, that was a good play.
And then there is a three-way dance between, I believe, Sage Phillips' debut with Freelance Underground, Trey Lamar, and the one and only Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco, I love him. Love him.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the show in March, so stay tuned, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's gonna be really good. Church Street Brewery is an awesome location for a show. They have fantastic adult beverages. There's barbecue outside. Um, and it's gonna be a sick show. So check it out.
Definitely, for sure, for sure. I would definitely tell people all about freelance. I think it's they put on great shows. I'm still new to the scene. I keep telling people like, look, I'm still new to the Chicago scene. I'm getting there, but my goal is I gotta find like someone to be like a fan of like the city, like someone from freelance. Like I really gotta get behind, and I want to be one of those fucking marks at the show that like sticks his hand out when they're coming out and try to slap their hand, and like I want to be one of those guys. I just gotta find a guy. I'm leaning towards the N words for obvious reasons, but
Well, and Bryce and I'm sorry, B Rice,
be right.
Bryce Benjamin, but B Rice and Acid Jazz, A Jizzle are just two fucking badass wrestlers. And don't even tell me that gimmick ain't awesome.
Man, I'm all for it. I love the N word. That's not racist.
No,
Okay. Yeah, I love the N words.
that's their tag team name.
Yes, yes, I
And
love the N words, and I hate GPA. And I get able to tell him that one day. I can just tell him that, like he's, oh man, oh I can't stand him. But he's
I
not up.
love
He's
GP.
not up there with Frank the Clown. He's still number one.
Oh,
But
okay,
he
okay.
is definitely probably number two or three. My shit list. So
That's amazing.
just throwing it out there. So yeah, freelance. Nowhere to hide is what's
Yeah.
called.
It's
Yes, yeah,
Freelance Underground, no place to hide.
no place to hide. See, I'm all right. I'm lying. I'm not all right. Okay, look. I'm smoking the Satan Spinach right now. That's why I'm kind of discombobulated right now. It was at the end of the show, so I figured, okay, I'll take a puff or two, but now I got the munchies now, so I'm just gonna put this down. But yeah, so there you have it, February 8th. Go ahead and come out to Chicago and support. Looking forward to that show. Also looking forward to the one in March, and then obviously we have Warrior Wrestling coming up March 15th as well. And these next couple months are going to be really, really good. And I want to try. I got to because I know I'm like a big Tony Deppen fan, so I kind of like stalk his shit out. Like he's coming to Chicago in May, so I gotta find a way to buy him a craft beer.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a repayment for like doing the show. I can't charge you your booking fee like some of these other wrestlers ask, but I can definitely get you some good ass craft beer. So
Yeah. And I'll get you some Malort.
oh man, you know what? If he does that, dude, I gotta film that. That gotta be
I'll tell you what. There's a Malort Chi-Town latte that is phenomenal at this coffee shop, which is funny that I
oh
said
brother,
phenomenal because it's called Phenom Coffee.
oh
It's
brother.
Yeah, it's at 4200 West Irving Park. So it's like Irving Park and the Kennedy, like just west of the Kennedy. Once you go underneath it and you come out the other side on Irving Park, it's like right there on the corner. And it is fucking delicious. Like it is so good. And it's like Malort infused syrup that they use with a chai, and I do it with oat milk, and it is fucking heavenly.
Yeah, I saw you partaking in that on Facebook, and I just said,
Yeah, and WGN News retweeted my Instagram pic. I was like, what the hell?
"Oh shit, that's dope."
Like they put it in their story. I was like, all right, thanks, bro.
That is dope. That is dope. See, I'm telling you, everywhere I go, I see you. It's totally amazing. So, but I guess we had a this was kind of a quick show, kind of, but yeah, like I'm already looking forward to next week because I have so many questions. I want to try to dig in deep and see if I can find out any information on Eye Candy Elliott. Maybe I can DM Sunny Kid, see if he can give me some dirt on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm glad that we're doing this new thing with bringing guys on the show to pretty much talk about themselves and then mark out for a little bit, or just be bored of shit, you know. So
Well,
look,
2 for 2 enjoyed doing it, so hopefully we can
yeah,
stay with it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like holy shit, yeah, like I try to watch or not watch, but listen to different podcasts and see what's missing. And I think what we were doing is kind of missing. So hopefully more people will want to be on the show, and hopefully a lot of people listen and subscribe to us and stuff, and follow us on Podbean and Facebook and Twitter and whatever else, Black Planet or whatever fucking profiles we got. I don't know if we got Jewish Planet as well for you.
Yeah, Planet of the Yids.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. Always, Val. I love talking to you. We can always we can talk for hours and hours, but
Yeah, like literally.
but I have some honey buns that I need to eat.
That's whoa. Save it for Valentine's Day, bro.
Wait a minute. Holy moly, why did I just walk right into that one?
Yeah, you did. All right, man.
Again, shout out to the Mary Marks that they did the show bumper for us. Shout out to them. I listened to their show halfway today, and I want to finish listening to it tonight. Love you guys.
Yeah, big time. They did a
love you guys.
They did a really rad review of Fighting with My Family. They saw a preview screening. I'm super excited. The movie that is produced by The Rock, that's about Paige, comes out on wide release, on February 22nd, limited release on Valentine's Day. So unfortunately nowhere in Chicago on Valentine's Day, otherwise that's where I would be.
Yeah, and
but,
yeah. we'll have to figure it out. Maybe if we can wait until March, maybe we can see it together. We can go watch Fighting with My Family or something.
All right, that'll be fun.
Or maybe by then they'll have Fighting with My Family too.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. But yeah, it's always been a pleasure to do this show. Scheduled for one fall wrestling podcast, episode 45, and I think we're out. I think we're done.